Yo, what is up, Jake the Snake? Today we're going to bake a cake. Well, we're not, but we're going to do some cooking. And we're going to chef up these two guys. I was about to call them ingredients. Scraphook and Scoop from back in the day, from Thrilling 30s. He's like, what's up, guys? You remember me? I'm going to begin taking Scraphook apart. But yeah, I just wanted to say what's up to what's up to everyone out there. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're in a good disposition for some fan moding. Yeah, and just welcome back and welcome front. What was I gonna say? Oh, Scoop. Yeah, Scoop. Man, there's a story behind him. Back in the day, the original G1 Scoop, one of the early Target masters. My family, we went to, God, I don't know if it was Target or Kmart. It was one of these things, but all I remember is I was asleep, and then they woke us up. And they were like, hey, we're going to go to this place. And they weren't necessarily going there for me and my brother's sake. But I don't know why we were going there. But anyway, we ended up there. And they told us we could purchase a couple of things. And it was a rare occasion because I mentioned on the channel before that, like, yeah, my family, we didn't really have a lot of money. And so to hear that, like, well, you could, like, buy something. And I remember there was just rows and rows of just like discounted, like cheap, not dollar store cheap, but like kind of like cheap stuff. And I think this goes like this. We'll figure it out later. But what I bought was, there was this shell that you can convert the original Nintendo NES controller into like a little joystick thing. You clipped it onto it, and then it had a little joystick that would, respond to the D-pad there. And something like that, and it made it a more joystick of a thing. And I don't know why I wanted that. Like, I wasn't even really playing Nintendo that much at that time, but it just seemed like a cool idea. And so yeah, I was like, I'm gonna get this, and it was pretty cheap from what I recall. By the way, oh, okay, yeah, it was pretty cheap from what I recall. But Scoop was there, and yeah, Scoop was there, but he was kind of like out of budget. But like, I forget what the exact arrangement was, but it was something to the effect of like, my brother forgoed or forwent or whatever that term is. And he's a younger cat. He's like 6 years my junior. And so at that time I was in third grade. So he must have been a little tyke. I don't even know how old you are when you're third grade, but he was a little tyke, dude. But dude, he recognized that I wanted to get Scoop, but I also, me just being the greedy bastard that I am, like, sorry, shouldn't have used that B word, but being the greedy little dude that I was, like, that I wanted to get both and not sacrifice the other. So you know what he did? He's big on like Hot Wheels and stuff like that, but he didn't buy it actually, and he kind of like sacrificed his toy so that we could get Scoop, dude. Like, yeah, dude. And at the time, I didn't really think much about it. It was just like, yeah, not thinking that my little brother had like, he was mature enough, and he just wanted to, he was doing it out of love. He was doing it for me, he just wanted to see me happy. So he gave up his happiness so that we can get Scoop. And he doesn't collect Transformers. And yeah, Scoop turns into like a vehicle and stuff, but like I said, he's like a Hot Wheels guy. And yeah, and it wasn't until like many moons and years later that I think about that and reflect upon my brother's love for me, but yeah, dude, yeah. So that's why Scoop kind of has this special place in my heart. And so yeah, mad shout out to my brother, dude, whom I love dearly. He watches this channel too. I think it's like this, something like this. And again, I didn't really like talk over each of these bits because I'm assuming Scraphook at this point. Like, if you're on this channel, I don't think you're a stranger to any of these bots. So that's why I'm not really narrating each of these pieces. Like I used to back in the day. I used to go like deep on the narration of like, this is the shin guard plugging into the right side of the forearm, and not necessarily in that voice, but but yeah, so. And also, I just got a little bit of pep in my step. I just had lunch, and I had some tea right now. Hold up for a second. Oh, maybe it was like that. Yeah, I had to bring the arms back a little bit, and that way. Huh? Is it like that? Because I think it went... Anyway, it's something like that. But you know what? Before I put the arms on, maybe it's important that I show how this goes on. This connection is a little shallow. Not too shallow, but I want it to be a little firmer. So I'm going to use a little tiny piece of paper. And I need it to be firm because I'll show you what's going to happen in a second. But yeah, shout out to my brother who sacrificed his toy so that so that I can get Scoop, so that we could get Scoop. And we had Scoop for a long time, actually. He was just like there in our home. I mean, he was long forgotten. No one was paying any attention to him, but he was just still there. Okay, we're going to do this thing. And this is closed. But yeah, dude, isn't that sweet of my brother, dude? That's a super cool story. And me and my brothers are super tight, dude. I never understood. Like, I had a couple of friends growing up, and even like later on that I met in life, who just had like mad beef with their brothers. And I couldn't quite get that. Couldn't quite get that because I'm ultra tight with my brothers. Do you see what I did? I'm kind of hugging the back with the Scraphook torso, and I'm also pushing up the legs as much as possible. And then with these, I'm hooking them under the arm. And when we do that, shake test, it's not going to fall off. And so he just has this like backpack hoisted there. But you know what? When I was working on this earlier, it was much cooler. For some reason, he just doesn't look as good right now. But that's okay. I think what's more important is I got to share that that warm story about me and my brothers and stuff. But yeah, I never quite got... Like, my mom would always say the same thing. She basically was like, yo, you guys came from the same factory. Meaning, like, we're all born from her. So she's like, you guys all came from the same factory, dude. Y'all part of the same clan, part of the same club. You're always the same team. There's never an instance where you shouldn't be a part of the same team. And, you know, and so we didn't really have much squabbles. I mean, little things here and there, but nothing major. Okay, I think it's coming together. Yeah, nothing major. And my mom used to say stuff like, even 콩이라도 나눠 먹어야지, which means you should even share bean. Meaning, like, if you even just had like one tiny kernel of a bean, even that you should be sharing, you know? And so, like, yeah, dude, me and my brothers, like, it's like that, dude. It's like that. Like, we share, we're very loving, we're very tight, and my wife calls it the three sisters love. Meaning, like, she says only, like, sisters are tight like that. She's like, brothers are not typically tight like that. The translation kind of sounds weird, but it's translated from Chinese. But, yeah, she calls it the three sisters love. And she's like, yeah, you guys are tight like typically men are not. But I think it's because my mom made sure that we grew up with good values, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude. All right. That's about it. He looks like some type of like Exo Squad figure, or like Ridley with the or Ripley rather, with the power loader, all sorts of like extra mech armor vibe. I even like that you can kind of see Scoop's face in there. That's kind of cool, huh? Except it's really blurry. That's fine. But yeah, the build is a little shaky cam in that like I said, this is not actually attached, but it's just kind of hanging there. But that's fine, dude. We're just playing with our toys, girls and boys, and just having a good time. And so, dude, last time I said girls and boys, you know, I say it figuratively because majority of you are mad younger than I am, but my video got dinged and said that you're making videos for kids. I was like, I'm not. Just a figure of speech, and they disabled the comments and stuff, so we had to resolve that. But yeah, this video is not for kids. It's aimed at people 13 and up. I know that mini-cons watch, but I can't help that. But yeah, I get it. It's like if I set up a jungle gym in my backyard and I'm like, nah, this is for like adults to work out. But dude, it's like a jungle gym. Kids are going to be attracted to it, you know? So there's definitely going to be kids around there because they're like, ooh, a jungle gym. Even though I didn't make it for kids, I made it for adults to work out. Naturally, kids are going to be drawn to it. And so I feel like if I'm the neighbor that set up that jungle gym in the neighborhood, I should probably have a degree of responsibility and to make sure that I speak appropriately, considering what this attraction might draw, you know? Anyway, Anyway, that's caffeine for you, baby. Just going on and on and on, yammery yammery. I'll talk to you soon, friends. Did I say that right? I will talk to you soon, friends. Thank you all so much for being here, and I appreciate your generous contribution and your donation of time. Let's break bread again tomorrow, okay? Bye-bye.